A powerful cold front moving its way through the state of Arkansas early this morning. We gave you the first alert several days ago that we had the risk of severe weather. That's what we are getting right now. Matter of fact, they have just issued a tornado warning. We are going to have to carry into the 6 o'clock hour. As expected, we are looking at a tornado warning that was just issued. Tyronza, take cover now. If you're watching southeastern Poinsett County, this is an area that we've been watching. We are going to stay with this warning right now. Let's go ahead and get some information up on the screen. Again, if you're watching in Tyronza, take immediate shelter. Put yourself in the middle of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. A newly issued tornado warning goes until 6:45. This is a Doppler indicated tornado. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was right over Tyronza, and it is moving east at 35 miles an hour. So we are going to interrupt Good Morning Region 8, and we are going to talk about this tornado right now. So give me just 1 second here to switch gears. This tornado warning continues until 6:45, but chances are with the nature of these thunderstorms, they don't stick around long. These are your spin-up variety tornadoes. Again, if you are watching in Tyronza, take cover now. We are looking at the threat of a spin-up tornado that's now moving through southeastern Poinsett County, and it is going to move very quickly off to the northeast at 35 miles an hour. So now that we're switching gears, your time now is 5:55. We're looking at some widespread rain across Region 8. We have a newly issued tornado warning for extreme southeastern Poinsett County in southern Mississippi County. A tornado warning, a Doppler indicated tornado was located over Tyronza. A quick little embedded spin-up tornado was noted over Tyronza. And what we're going to do, we're switching gears. We're coming out of Good Morning Region 8 right now. We're going to have to stay with this potential tornado. We're going to zoom into southeastern Poinsett in southern Mississippi County. This is Joyner at the center part of your screen. This is Tyronza, not too far from the I-555 exchange, Highway 118. Let's go ahead and put the wind product on here. This is a look at the velocity, the wind speeds within this thunderstorm. It's very faint, so we have to really look closely, and you can see a little bit of a kink. These are jagged thunderstorms on the leading edge, and sometimes they can kink up a little bit and kind of have a little bit of rotation. So that's why we're staying with this warning right now. So if you're just now joining us, you're flipping on the television, we have a tornado warning that's in effect for southeastern Poinsett County and southern Mississippi County until 6:45. This is a Doppler indicated tornado. I'm going to zoom in just a touch farther here. Let me see if I can try this again. A little clear picture here. If you zoom in just east of Marktree, yeah, this is really spinning up quickly. What we look for when we try to find a tornado, a signature of a tornado, we look for bright reds right next to greens or blues, and that's what we're getting. It just passed over Tyronza. It is moving toward the northeast at 35 miles an hour. So we have a clear indication of some rotation. So this is a Doppler indicated tornado within this red polygon here. A very clear indication of a tornado. Let's see if it's lofting up any debris in the atmosphere. Let me try that again here. Let me switch over products here to the debris. Yeah, I believe we may have a brief tornado right here, guys. There's a clear drop in our correlation coefficient that could indicate some debris being lofted into the sky. So if you're about to travel down I-555 or travel along 135, take cover immediately. Stop where you are. If you're watching in southeastern Poinsett County, southwestern Mississippi County, take cover now. Whitten, we're talking Dice, take cover now. We are looking at a clear indication of a spin-up tornado. It's not going to stick around long because these are just the nature of these thunderstorms. A very clear indication of a tornado right there about 20 miles northeast of Tyronza. It looks like it's going to pass just to the northwest of Whitten, but I want you guys in western Mississippi County to take cover now. We have a clear indication of a tornado right there. What we look for in a tornado is what we look for here is a bright shade of red right next to a bright shade of different color closer to blue, green, and yellow. It's a better indication that there may be a tornado on the ground. And if you look closely, keep your eye focused right there just northwest of Whitten. We're getting clear evidence that there is a tornado on the ground. So I just flipped back to velocity, and our correlation coefficient, our product, is showing some debris right there getting lofted into the air. there is likely a tornado on the ground. We're getting confirmation from the National Weather Service that we have strong indications of a tornado. What we look for within a severe thunderstorm that's capable of producing a tornado, this is a velocity product. There's a bright pixel blue right next to some red. That would indicate some very rapid spinning. A possible tornado. We're getting very clear indications of a tornado on radar. We're also looking at some evidence of debris getting lofted into the sky. So what we're going to do now that we've diagnosed and we have a strong indication of a tornado on the ground, what we're going to do is we're going to try to zoom out just for a moment, and we're going to put a future track. On this this possible tornado. Let me see if I can zoom out just for a touch here. Thank you for staying with me right now. We're switching gears out of Good Morning Region 8. We are going to zoom out just a smidge here, and we're going to try to see if we can put a future track. Okay, so the new update from radar showing the rotation beginning to weaken. This is expected. These are very quick variety spin-up tornadoes. They spin up, and then a couple of scans later, they're gone. So there is still a severe threat. There is a real threat for a tornado that just crossed out of Poinsett County and is in west central Mississippi County. I'm going to zoom out just for a moment, and we're going to put a future track on this possible tornado. I want to thank you for your patience and staying with us this morning. We had to switch gears out of Good Morning Region 8 into long-form severe weather coverage, because if you're just now joining us, we have a tornado warning for extreme eastern Poinsett County and western Mississippi County, and that goes until 6:45. So what I'll do now is we're going to zoom in one more time, although not quite as closely toward the radar. We're going to zoom in one more time, and we're going to put a future track on this possible tornado. Let's see, the new radar scan still showing a little bit of weak rotation. So here's what we're going to do. Destiny behind the scenes, if you can get an idea for me how fast this rotation is moving, I would imagine it's going about 35 to 40 miles an hour east to just northeast. I'm going to put it out there at about 35 miles an hour. So look out Golden Lake at 6:18. This possible tornado will be overhead. Fulton at 6:35, at 6:42 in gold dust. So if you're watching this morning in southern and central Mississippi County, I want you in your tornado safe spot. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. This does not appear to be a long-lived tornado threat. This is just one of those spin-up tornadoes that we often see overnight with these long squall lines. It's very typical, but we still have that danger. So what we're going to do now is we're going to zoom in just a touch closer, and we're going to get a new radar scan, and we're going to see if we still have that immediate threat. So for those of you who are not in Mississippi County, we want to thank you for your patience as we stick with this potentially life-threatening situation. Just a few moments ago, we were looking at intense rotation, very localized. That would indicate very clear evidence of a tornado that as it crossed out of Poinsett County and into southern Mississippi County. Although our severe threat does look like is winding down, there's still a little bit of rotation. They're approaching Dice and approaching Highway 14. Although it does look like our severe threat is winding down. Let me have another look at that debris signature there. Okay, so we can start to breathe a sigh of relief, although it's still looking like the radar beam is picking up on little pockets of hail. You see these little hail spikes right there. There is some hail with these thunderstorms moving through, but in terms of our debris, any hail or any debris that's getting lofted into the sky, it doesn't look like we're tracking that any longer. So we want to thank you for your patience as we continue to track this tornado warning. It continues until 6:45, but now there's really no clear evidence that that tornado is on the ground any longer. Just about 10 minutes ago, I was really concerned. We had clear evidence of a tornado that had touched down. We saw the clear indications on velocity where the winds were violently rotating. We also had evidence of debris that was getting lofted into the sky. That is no longer the case. Southern Mississippi County, central Mississippi County, don't let your guard down just yet. It does look like this little weak spin-up tornado has since dissipated. As expected, we're still looking at some pretty intense straight line winds. I would imagine that the National Weather Service will drop this tornado warning in the next few minutes, but we're going to stay with it just in case. So what we're going to do now is we're going to zoom out and we're going to just have a quick reset while that threat of a tornado is looking a lot lower. So now we have the velocity product on here now. What I'll try to do here is switch over and put on the radar. Here it is, the button at the bottom of your screen. All right, here's what we have. For most of Region 8, good morning. Our severe threat is winding down by the minute. Your time now is 6:03. There is a tornado watch in effect for our eastern counties, but if you're watching this morning, Pocahontas, Newport, Searcy, Mountain View, your severe threat is over, although this rain is going to continue for the next hour. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for eastern Craighead, Poinsett, and Mississippi County until 6:30. It does look like our tornado warning has been canceled by the National Weather Service as expected. So if those of you in the back, our producers in the back, if you would give me some type of indication, we can throw it back to regular Good Morning Region 8 coverage. We did have clear evidence of a tornado just about 20 minutes ago as it crossed out of Poinsett County into Mississippi County. I would imagine we will have a crew on the way just to see if there was any damage near Tyronza. It has since dissipated. That's why the National Weather Service has canceled that tornado warning. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a quick reset behind the scenes. We're going to send it to break. We want to thank you for your patience. We're going to transition back into Good Morning Region 8, coming back from a commercial break.